They are scheduled for 12 rounds.
Okay, gentlemen, you've all received my instruction in your dressing room. Remember, protect yourself at all times. Obey my command at all times. Let's go, touch gloves.
You know, Rubio has beaten some good fighters. But when he's lost, it's been at the B+ and A level. And when he has been knocked out, it has been with physically strong guys. Lemieux was one of those type guys. And twice, Rubio has been knocked out in the first 2 rounds. Keep your eyes open. Don't go anywhere.
Especially now, opening moments of a Lemieux fight have been filled with fireworks.
Lemieux has scored 21 knockouts in the first 2 rounds. As we just said, Rubio has been knocked out 3 times, and 2 of them in those first and second rounds.
Left hand from Rubio lands. Jab and a right to the body from Lemieux.
You know, Rubio, no doubt, has fought the much better competition. But to use that great experience, you know, he also fought for a world title. To use that great experience, he has to get, I think, past the first 4 rounds. The experience will mean nothing if he allows Lemieux to physically come forward and do what he wants to do. He'll never get a chance to use all that experience.
He was quoted as saying this week, was Rubio, that we prepared to train for a long fight, knowing that Lemieux does not have a lot of history going the distance. They're prepared to take him the distance. They want to show a lot of resistance, a lot of power, a lot of stamina, and knock him out in the later rounds, says Rubio.
Lemieux maybe mentally being a little affected early on by the experience, 55 fights of experience of Rubio, by not attacking the way he normally, giving him a little extra respect.
Much more than we've seen in the past. A patient David Lemieux.
He's probably thinking, maybe I have to be patient. I may have to bring my lunch.
Right on cue. Look at this series, this attack by David Lemieux.
See, now this is where it could be problems for Rubio, because he lays on the ropes, we talked about in the fight plan, and he tries to block. Now, he got away with it there, but you can't stand straight up and just try to block everything with a guy attacking, and Rubio does that. He stands straight up, tries to pick everything off.
As if there was an alarm that went off.
I think Rubio knows he has to just get past these first 4 rounds. He might be wondering how, but he knows it.
Thudding shots, solid left hands by Lemieux, mixing it up. Hooks, uppercuts, right hands to the body, right hands upstairs.
If Rubio's going to get past these first early rounds, it's going to be blocking. That's what he does. He blocks. But he better move his head a little bit and not stand straight.
For a minute and a half, he sat back and waited. And then Lemieux just exploded on Rubio. End of 1.
Either way, you know what?
The voice of Mike and Mike came from certain events in their life, like their chemistry, which developed during their domination of the high school's talent show. Hear the voice of Mike and Mike, only on ESPN Radio.
The greatest matchups haven't happened until now. That's why we want. Business is about to pick up. The irresistible force meets the immovable object. WWE All-Stars, 2 generations, 1 ring, rated T14.
Here's some of that action from the first round. You see Lemieux using the jab to get close. Finish with the right hand. Good left uppercut in there. But don't miss that also Rubio doing a pretty good job of blocking a lot of those punches. That right hand got in, but not really full contact. He rode away from it. So, yeah, we saw the explosiveness. We saw the arsenal of Lemieux, but we also saw the experience of Rubio blocking those shots.
CompuBox numbers. from round number 1. You see the power punches, and Lemieux was 21 of 42. 50% is a lot for power punches. Most of that work done in the last minute 15 of that first round. Teddy, I thought there was some good advice doled out by Russ Amber, the trainer of David Lemieux, after that first round. He said, don't open up crazy. He noticed that Rubio is reacting well to those punches. As you also noted, he showed some defense and knew how to deal with the pressure coming from David Lemieux.
I don't think you want to open up crazy with any fighter, especially a fighter this experienced. So it's the advice that should be given him from any trainer that has the responsibility of being in the corner.
Round number 2, title eliminator at 160 pounds here.
You just wonder how Lemieux's going to behave if this starts going past the 3rd, 4th round. Does he start to get a little hesitant? Does he have some mental trepidation, some mental pitfalls? That's what Rubio wants to happen. That's what an experienced fighter tries to do, bring you into shadowy rooms where there's doubt and bring that doubt forward. For the most part,
right hand.
So for the most part, Rubio will not do a lot of work in the first couple rounds. He'll pick spots, but mostly he likes to defend. He likes to feel you out a little bit. He'll pick spots. He'll look to counter every once in a while with an uppercut or a left hook. But it's only in spots. Again, you see there's 3 lines of defense for a fighter. One is to move your head, another is to block, another is to use your legs. Rubio likes to block. I think he should use his legs. He just did. A little bit more tonight, not just block.
Backing out of the way against Lemieux, and then tried to place a left hand to the body.
Try to keep the younger, 8 years younger, Lemieux off balance by using those wheels.
Just 22 years old is David Lemieux.
All the fights for Lemieux have been in Canada, and he hasn't really been in difficult yet. That is what this fight holds the intrigue on, that maybe he'll be in difficult.
Stunning shot that time by Lemieux.
This is The Network, a living, breathing intelligence that's helping business rethink how to do business. In here, inventory can be taught to learn. In here, machines have a voice. In here, medical history follows you, even when you're away from home. It's the AT&T Network, a network of possibilities, creating and integrating solutions, helping business and the world work. Rethink possible.
I'm still young. I'm only 22 years old, but I'm getting up there very fast, and I'm ready to prove to the world what I can do and what are my abilities. So when I'm gonna go in the ring, you're gonna see a very good fighter. It can be ranked #1 and can fight for a world championship and win it eventually.
Just a step away from that opportunity if he can get through Rubio tonight. He has built up his status here in Montreal as a fan favorite. 5th time that David Lemieux has headlined a card. 3rd straight time he's headlined a card here at the Bell Center, home to the Montreal Canadiens of the NHL. Winner of this fight would be lined up to get a title shot. Let's see who comes out of the back end of the fight between Sebastian Zibic and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., who fight on June 4th. Zibic, the current titleist.
Rubio has some power, which is evidenced by his 43 knockouts, but he hasn't been able to display that power, Joe, at the B+ level. That's the question. What level is Lemieux? Lemieux has been involved in some fights where the heads have come together. That happens with aggressive fighters. They come forward, their head comes forward.
Reminder, Major League Soccer action on ESPN Saturday, 7 o'clock, Philadelphia Union, New York Red Bulls. That's on ESPN2 and ESPN3.com.
Talked about all the fights for Lemieux in Canada. Most of the fight for Rubio in Mexico. 4 of his 5 losses have been outside of Mexico. Hasn't traveled well. Every round that goes by is a round where Rubio has a better chance of using that experience, and where Lemieux will be experiencing something new, where he hasn't controlled somebody maybe the way he's been used to controlling somebody.
Well, he's not used to seeing the 3rd round in recent fights, with the exception of that one night when Jason Nogler just survived against him, the lone decision fight in the career of Lemieux.
Lemieux has only been 10 rounds once, never passed the 10. Rubio's been 12 rounds 5 times.
Crowd reacting to the combination, the heavy-handed Lemieux, a lot of that being blocked by Rubio. He's just touching him with the jab every so often.
I see punches from Lemieux, but what I also see is some space. Lemieux starting to reach a little bit. That can be dangerous, again, with an experienced fighter who knows how to counter. And that's what Rubio's looking to do. Keep a little space and try to get the youngin to make some mistakes. Reach in a little bit.
Rubio comes with a combination, the right hand on the back end. Rubio and Lemieux coming to the end of 3.
With Rent-A-Center, staying out of deep debt is easy, because if you need to stop, you can.
So you'll never end up down there.
Right now, rent to own a Whirlpool Cabrio washer and dryer. Just $19.99 a week. Only at Rent-A-Center.
And basically, that's how babies are made.
Okay.
Okay.
So why do grown-ups go to Las Vegas?
Oh, honey? This is her thing. She's loves the questions. We got questions too. So, you know, answer forthcoming.
You know, power is great, but it could be a curse too. Lemieux's so used to being in fights where he throws something, the guy goes away. He's posing. He throws a jab, and he just poses a little bit. And the right hand comes across. The right hand of a very experienced Rubio.
At the end of the last fight, Teddy, you noted that Lemieux was reaching in a little bit, and it would create an opportunity for Rubio. As soon as Lemieux got back to the stool, Russ Amber told him, hey, stop reaching for him. He's trying to line you up for a left hook because you're reaching with that right hand.
Good advice, and as you said, exactly what we saw.
So round number 4 here.
See, Rubio now starting to maybe have a chance to get control of some of this rhythm. He's feinting a little bit, making Lemieux react to him instead of him just reacting to Lemieux.
Deeper it goes, longer it goes, gets away from what Lemieux is used to doing, getting guys out in round 1 and 2. All that experience will come into play for Rubio.
You know, again, power is a great gift. You're born a puncher, you're not made one. But it can be a curse too. If you depend on that power solely, and it doesn't do the job you want it to do, you can get discouraged. That's what Rubio wants to do to Lemieux. Show him that the power cannot lead him tonight, cannot get him to where he wants to go, and hopefully discourage him a little bit. Get him to reach, get him to get wild.
Lemieux doing his work on the inside here early on in round 4.
You know, one of the questions that comes to me right now, I think Rubio's done a good job of surviving early. But one of my questions would be, did he come here to survive or to win? Because after this round, he's going to have to make that decision up. He's going to have to start doing things to win because, yeah, he's surviving, but also, yes, he's losing every round.
He He had laid out that strategy, was very open about it, that he wanted to get through the early goings, but digging a hole on the scorecards as Lemieux works more on the inside here in this fourth round.
This is the round in my mind that